The Yankees are in the market for another right-handed bat, one who could preferably play corner outfield and maybe a little bit of first base. Now, a guy I mentioned earlier this offseason, a few months back, is Miguel Andujar. We all remember him, snubbed of the 2018 Rookie of the Year, which he should have won, by the way, and then a shoulder injury the following year in 2019, which sidelined him for a majority of that season. And then Gio Urshela came in and basically took his job and ran away with it. Andujar, as we know, obviously didn't bounce back from that during his Yankees tenure, in which he was then later DFA'd in 2022. But he's bounced back in stints since then with the Pirates and most recently the A's and the Reds last year in 2025. Andujar has always been an excellent hitter, a guy who can hit left-handed pitching, in which he has a career OPS over 800 against them and posted a 986 OPS versus them in 93 plate appearances in 2025. He hit for a 315 batting average with 10 home runs, 44 RBIs, and a 125 OPS plus last year. Now, I know what people are going to say. Well, the Yankees already brought back Ahmed Rosario, another guy who can hit left-handed pitching, which, yes, is correct, but Andujar is even better against left-handers. The other issue people will say, which is valid, is that Andujar's defense is horrible. And we've seen that as Yankee fans back in the day, especially with him at third base. And then when he came back after the injury and the Yankees tried him out in left field, and that was a disaster. I get all of that. Personally, I feel bad for the guy and how his Yankees tenure went. If he hadn't suffered that labrum injury in his shoulder, who knows how different the outcome could have been here. The problem is he got hurt, lost his job, came back. There wasn't really room for him. He couldn't get into a groove and play consistently, and that led to some regression. Still, he went elsewhere, reestablished himself as a hitter, which we all knew he could do. And the biggest question mark, obviously, is the defense and the overall alignment with him. Now, looking at the rest of the free agents that the Yankees are currently monitoring as it relates to right-handed hitters, such as Randall Grichuk, Ty France, Austin Slater, and Paul Goldschmidt, I'm not really crazy about any of these names, especially Austin Slater. I mean, that guy sucks. So, basically, for all these reasons, and because Joel Sherman shouted it out today, he talked about it, the possibility, with the Yankees maybe reuniting with Miguel Andujar. But then he as well also threw the defense into question as well. But Miguel Andujar basically checks off every box in terms of what the Yankees are still looking for. A right-handed bat, can hit left-handed pitching. The only obstacle, obviously, is the defense. So it really makes you wonder if they'd consider bringing him back. And especially in this market, possibly a cheap one-year deal as it pertains to right-handed hitters. And in terms of what's left, it's really not great. And because of the defense, I understand why people are going to say, I don't want a reunion with this guy. But me personally, I'd love to give him another shot, at least purely from a depth bench move standpoint. He's not going to come in here and be an everyday starter. Because the Yankees, look, badly need a right-handed hitter. I mean badly, strictly from a depth standpoint. And if you're asking me if I have to choose between Austin Slater, Randall Grichuk, Paul Goldschmidt, Miguel Andujar, I'm probably going to say Miguel Andujar. I hesitate slightly with Randall Grichuk because I really like him as a potential option for the Yankees. He's an older guy, but has dominated the Yankees for years. Right-handed bat, still has some power in there. Can play corner outfield a little bit, even though there's been some regression. But I still lean Andujar because of the advantage he has against left-handed pitching. This guy is just an all-around good hitter, good right-handed hitter. And I feel bad with the way his Yankees tenure ended. And if he's not going to cost much, a one-year deal, a depth move, why not at this point? Goldschmidt was all right last year. I know he can play first base. He's a veteran, but he's 38 years old. He was dominant in the first half, those first couple months of the year. Second half, his offensive numbers fell off. He wasn't as dominant hitting against left-handed pitching, which is originally a strength of his. And with his age, I really don't want to open those can of worms again on another one-year flyer. Doing it last year in 2025 was fine, but I don't see how it's going to get the Yankees any better from a roster standpoint in terms of what he was in 2025. But what do you guys think? Do you want the Yankees to bring back Miguel Andujar? Ha, nice pun by me. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments, and let's go Yankees.